22. Los Angeles Angels. Record 51-67. Previous ranking 22. Some much-needed good news for the Angels. Mike Trout, out since July 12 with a back issue, took a handful of live at-bats against an organizational pitcher from Angel Stadium on Monday and is hopeful of returning to the lineup on Friday. Trout was opting .967 with 24 home runs in 79 games before landing on the injured list, putting up his typical MVP-caliber numbers. Having him back in a lineup featuring Shohei Ohtani will make the Angels must-watch TV for the stretch run, even if they're out of playoff contention once again. Given the uncertainty this winter, it might be the last time we see Ohtani and Trout together. Gonzalez, 23. Colorado Rockies. Record 51-68. Previous ranking 23. One of the bright spots for the Rockies has been Brendan Rodgers' turnaround. The 26-year-old second baseman was batting a head-scratching .078.172.098 by the end of April, but is since slashing .314.362.481. His .898 OPS since the All-Star break ranks 29th among the 171 qualified hitters during that stretch. Rodgers has talked about a growing recognition of how opposing pitchers are attacking him, recently telling MLB.com, "Guys are starting to push me off the plate a little bit, then go away. I'm starting to figure it out." Gonzalez, 24. Miami Marlins. Record 52-66. Previous ranking 21. After allowing 4 runs in a loss to the Phillies to see his ERA creep over 2.00 for the first time since late May, Sandy Alcantara responded with 7 scoreless innings to beat the Padres and lower his ERA back down to 1.92. Lowest ERA in Marlins history for a qualified starter. Kevin Brown's 1.89 in 1996. Alcantara has also averaged 7.2 innings per start. If he makes another 8 starts and averages the same 7.2 innings, that gets him to 231 innings, which would be the most in the majors since Clayton Kershaw threw 232 in 2015. Yes, that makes him the clear Cy Young front-runner. Schoenfield, 25. Kansas City Royals. Record 48-71. Previous ranking 26. Hall of Fame resumes. Never mention Player of the Week awards, but you've got to start somewhere, and Royals rookie Vinny Pasquantino has suddenly emerged as baseball's hottest hitter. At least that's what the metric for measuring hot hitters at BullJamisonLine.com said as of Wednesday. There must be something to it because on Monday, less than 2 months after his big league debut, Pasquantino was named AL Player of the Week. The hot streak goes back further than that. Through Wednesday, Pasquantino had a 1.145 OPS over 15 August games when his 38 total bases ranked 4th in all of baseball. This is more good news during a Royals season that began in bleak fashion and seems to brighten with each passing week. Doolittle, 26. Cincinnati Reds. Record 46-70. Previous ranking 25. Cincinnati's performance at the Field of Dreams was more of a nightmare as the Reds sleepwalked through most of the game, finally scoring a couple of runs late before succumbing to the Cubs 4-2. The Reds just don't have the firepower post-trade deadline, as they averaged less than 3 runs a game last week. Young players like outfielder Jake Fraley are getting opportunities now. He and shortstop Kyle Farmer had good weeks at the plate. Rodgers, 27. Pittsburgh Pirates. Record 45-72. Previous ranking 27. Pirates. There have been some bright moments, but also many struggles for a myriad of rookies the Pirates have debuted this season. Onel Cruz is struggling right now, going 1 for his last 14 heading into games on Wednesday. Second baseman Tucupita Marcana was just 4 for 18 during that time frame as well. Pittsburgh's season is going to be looked back upon with mixed reviews. Have the Pirates identified pillars outside of Cabri and Hayes? It remains to be seen. Rogers, 28. Detroit Tigers. Record 45-75. Previous ranking 28. There was big news for the Tigers last week when team CEO Christopher Ilitch announced that Detroit was parting ways with GM Al Avila. Lists of possible replacements for Avila in Detroit have sprung up all over the internet since that announcement, and those lists grew by one this week when the Rangers fired longtime lead executive John Daniels. Could Daniels fit a Detroit organization in need of systemic updates? Could Ilitch try to capture the same kind of success that occurred after his father hired another experienced GM in Dave Dombrowski 2 decades ago? Perhaps, if manager A.J. Hinch is on board and Daniels is on board with working with Hinch. Seems like an idea worth exploring. Doolittle, 29. Oakland Athletics. Record 43-75. Previous ranking 29. J.P. Sears, the main player Oakland received in the Frankie Montas trade, has been solid through 2 starts, allowing 2 runs over 10. 1 innings pitched. Meanwhile, standout starting pitcher Paul Blackburn has been shut down for the rest of the season with the finger injury. Lee, 30. Washington Nationals. Record 39-80. Previous ranking 30. On the bright side, Patrick Corbin is tied for the major league lead with 24 starts. The bad news, everything else. He's 4-16 with the 6.96 ERA and leads the majors in a whole bunch of categories: losses, runs, earned runs and hits among them. He has pitched 116.1 innings, and the Nationals have played 118 games. So he doesn't quite qualify for the ERA board, but if he did, his 6.96 ERA would be the second worst ever for a qualifier. Les Sweetland had a 7.71 ERA for the 1930 Phillies. Corbin's ERA plus of 56, however, would be the worst ever. Other notes: the last pitcher to lose 20 games was Mike Marath of the 2003 Tigers. And since Corbin tied for the league lead in losses last season, the last pitcher to lead his league in losses in consecutive years, Hall of Famer Phil Niekro, who did it 4 straight years with the Braves from 1977 to 1980. Schoenfield. Thanks.